sharing with you in this video how to create consciously and intentionally to achieve your goals faster. And so really part of becoming a conscious creator is to start to realize that nothing is happening in a way where now you can just be sort of like a victim all day. Like you can't just be victim and thinking all these thoughts of resistance like, oh, why is this happening to me? This shouldn't be happening. Really what being conscious creator starts to mean is that now you're not sort of just letting things happen, you're responding to life in a particular way. And so the first part of this process that I believe we really start to have to do to start to become conscious creators is to really start to take full responsibility and accountability for the results that we're getting in our life. And so really when I say that, I'm not talking about the results that you're getting externally. So I'm not talking about the money that hits your bank account or the success in your life, how much success you're getting, or the status of your relationships. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the results in terms of the inputs in your life and how you personally are showing up. So are you being who you say you're going to be? Are you a person of discipline? Are you a person of integrity? So these are the things that you can control. So for example, if you want to get a job, you definitely can't control if somebody hires you. If somebody hires you is really not in your control. You have zero control at the end of the day what final decision that person makes. But what you can control is how you show up. So for example, you can control how many resumes you give to how many stores. That's a variable that you can control. You can't control if somebody gets back to you and hires you, but just through the sheer volume of passing out as many resumes as possible to as many stores as possible, if just that's what you're looking for is just a basic job, which is just the normal example, really that's a powerful technique where you will separate yourself from most people simply through the sheer volume. And so what this means is that you're not going to be complaining about if somebody hires you, you're actually doing something that you can control. And that's just one example. So really you can't control, again, how much money hits your bank account, but you can also control how many skill sets you learn in your life, how knowledgeable you make yourself to be, how much action you take on your business every single day. If your business does well, that's none of your concern. How much action you're taking daily is going to be your concern for sure. That's for sure you're going to be your highest concern. So responsibility is ultimately your ability to not just react to things in the way that they're happening, but to be more empowered in terms of you seeing that the results that are happening in your life are because of the decisions that you're making. Now, the decisions that you're making might be the best decisions that you can possibly make based on the level of consciousness that you're at. Of course, that's what it is. Any decision that you've ever made in your life was the best decision that you possibly could have made based with the information that you had in that moment, based on that level of consciousness that you were at. But you still have to take ownership over those decisions. And the more that we can take ownership over the decisions that we are responding to, so stop seeing it as like life is happening and it's just happening. Think of it as like you're responding to stuff. You're responding to life. Something is happening to you and you do have a choice to respond to that moment in a particular way. You can let your ego take over, or you can remain present and conscious and aware and connected to the truth of who you are. That's all within your power. That's all within your control. What happens out there is really not within your control. How you show up and how connected you are is something that you can control. And so the second part of this process that I really believe is important as well is to start to realize that consciousness speeds up the quote unquote buffer time between thought and action / creation. So what this means is that I really believe that when you come from a space of consciousness, when you come from a space of awareness, you're that type of person where you just immediately take action on your thoughts. And that doesn't mean that you're impulsive. In fact, I find that the more you show up from consciousness, the more pure you are, you're less impulsive. You have more control over the impulsivity of sort of your survival instincts and your reptilian brain. Like if you want to take more control over your sort of reptilian brain and that sort of survival part of you. You want to be acting from a space of consciousness. But ironically as well, what it does is that it makes you a quicker and faster decision maker. So you're able to make effective and quick, powerful decisions in a much more sort of efficient way, where you're more efficient with the decisions that you're making. So really, it doesn't mean that you're not able to weigh the pros and the cons out. It doesn't mean that you're not able to sort of think of all the positives and the negatives. But what it means is that you're coming from a space of wisdom. And really, wisdom is consciousness. Wisdom is consciousness and action. That's what I think the essence of wisdom really is. The essence of what wisdom actually is just consistent and immediate action on your highest excitement in that present moment. I think that that's what drives life to a certain degree, is that excitement for your desire to create the next thing in the present moment. It's consciousness playing itself out and playing what it desires. And if you don't act on your highest excitement, what will happen as an alternative is you will stay stuck in sort of a loop of creating the same things over and over and over that you believe are making you happy, yet it is an ego-driven desire that is keeping you stuck in a state of misery and unhappiness. And that's really the truth. And then so if you want to break yourself out of this sort of haze of unconsciousness, you could call it, or the sort of haze and sort of slow energy of just doing the same thing that you know you don't really want to do, but it's making you feel sad and sluggish. The way to break out of that matrix, so to speak, for a lack of a better term, is to live your life from a space of purity, so much purity that you act immediately on your highest excitement with zero fear and zero hesitation. Because you know that if you don't, the alternative scares you more. The alternative of not acting on your highest excitement and being who it is that you want to be should scare you more than whatever you're scared of that would happen if you take action on your highest excitement. That's how you should be programmed. If you're programmed in this way, in my personal opinion, you have an extremely high probability of actually achieving what you want to create in your life. And so lastly, the way that I want to conclude this video is really just to ask you, what do you value? What do you actually value? Because really, I believe that our value system is what is going to be the differentiating factor between, are we living life consciously and are we living life sort of just by accident? And really what I mean, just to interject here, by consciously, is just to, again, take responsibility over the way that you're acting, but also, more importantly, again, not to be a victim with how you create your life. And again, to control the inputs that are happening in your life, the variables that you can control. And then so going back to values, if you really see what you value, this is what's going to naturally make you just take action on your highest excitement, rather than a belief that you believe you have to do, that in reality is creating misery for you. So to be more specific here, most people, they unconsciously, and yet it is still none the case, a value that eventually they will have to take ownership for, is they value maybe money over their own state of consciousness. So what they've done is they've given away their power of intention to have self-love and to care about themselves and to nurture themselves and to be who they really need to be happy. And they give that all away to some belief that they adopted based on their conditioning. And so what this leaves this person in a position where they're sort of left in a position where they want this thing out there, but they're not happy. And it sounds like the cliche sort of answer where this person is chasing something out there and they're not happy. But how does this happen? It falls down to value systems once again. So the way to fix this is to become conscious of your value systems and to realign them accordingly to what you actually want. So if you really believe that after everything that I said, and it's like, honestly, I don't really care about what you're saying right now. It's like, I really do just care about money, So what I would invite you to do there is, if that's what you believe, have full clarity on that and then do it. If that's not what you want, excuse me, if that's not what you want, and you think that there's a higher vision to have than just valuing money and relationships and success externally is your highest priority, if you think that maybe there's a higher value, maybe a value of truth or abundance and consciousness and awareness and presence and responsibility and accountability, if you value these things more than what happens out there, I think that this again is going to be sort of the caveat to creating what you want that most people don't see. You know, they don't see that it's actually, but it's a good caveat and it's a good trade-off, because if you can just get clear on what you want, you know, if in the end you don't want it, now you have more clarity on it and you can move on. The key is to fully own what you want moment to moment, because if we stop taking responsibility for what's happening and accountability for the results that happen after, we're going to be stuck in those loops of judgment and guilt and shame, which then leaves us in the problem. The only way to rise above the problem is to accept that it is there, or to just accept it fully and then no longer even see it as a problem, and then it just fades away out of your life completely. And that happens a lot as well. You know, you may have found that in many scenarios in your life that I won't even begin to share an example here, because you probably understand what I'm saying to a level where it just makes sense, because you see that it's not all about thinking. Like, action in of itself doesn't even require thought. So to get clear on your values is just to take consistent action and let the wisdom flow through, let the intelligence of the present moment shine through you to help you get clarity on these types of things. But it can also help as well to, again, get that mental model of, what do I actually care about? What do you really care about? Like, is it money? Is it a relationship? And if you realize that you care about a relationship or money or success more than your state, that's something that I would invite you to question and to investigate. Because possibly, is it possible that if you were to realign your value system and to care more about your own state of consciousness and your own state of peace over these things, that would be the fastest and quickest and easiest path to actually help you get those things, or realize that you don't want those things anymore, and then to be happier anyway, or to get something extremely similar that's, you know, very, 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 very close to what you wanted, and then you're still happy as well. Are you open to that possibility? Because if you're only gonna believe that there's one thing that's gonna make you happy, or there's one path, that's gonna be a small, limited path that's going to keep you feeling stuck and most likely miserable and stagnated in many different scenarios in your life.